A respected Limpopo police officer is ambushed and shot outside a friend's shop. As the country mourns a man in uniform and the investigation unfolds, the trail leads not to hardened criminals, but someone much closer to home. A case of marital betrayal, greed, and a love triangle that turned deadly. This is the story of Warrant Officer Morokolodi Cleopas Degama. Let's get into it. Warrant Officer Morokolodi Cleopas Degama was a 53-year-old veteran South African Police Services officer stationed at Appel Police Station in Raskukuni in Limpopo Province. He was known for his professionalism and dedication to his job. He was well respected both in the SAPS as well as by his local community. He lived in Rankwana village with his wife Tubake, sister Maisela, who was widely known as Mamsi. Rankwana is a few kilometers away from Appel Police Station where Dirama worked. Although it is not clear what type of work Mamsi did in 2021, earlier records indicate that in 2012, she was running a restaurant as she was listed on a government database as having a liquor license for a restaurant that year. It is not clear, though, if in 2021 that restaurant was still operational or not. According to Dirama's family, they first knew of the relationship between the two way back in 2003 when Dirama first introduced Mamsi to them, although the couple only got married much later in 2019. Therefore, it's not very clear if the two were in a relationship from 2003 all the way to 2021 or if there had been a break somewhere in between. But the two got married in 2019 and together they had 3 children. On the evening of Saturday, the 27th of June 2021, Derama had just completed his shift at Appel Police Station when he stopped by a spaza shop in the area. The shop was owned by a Somali national who was also a good friend of the police officer. So he visited the spaza shop, he chatted with his friend and even bought a few items. And when he was about to leave, he got in his car and was preparing to head back home to Rangwana when suddenly a car stopped behind him and 4 heavily armed individuals approached his car, ambushing him, with one of them firing 3 shots to his forehead at close range, killing him. His lifeless body was then thrown to the ground, and the assailants fled in his vehicle as well as the vehicle they had arrived in. His car was later found burned in Madibong village, which is approximately 15 kilometers away from the murder scene. His service pistol was never recovered, so it is understood that the assailants would have stolen it after his murder. Warrant Officer Dirama's murder sent shockwaves through the province, as you can imagine, as well as the wider SAPS community. Many initially actually thought this was related to his job, that perhaps he was investigating a case and he was targeted as a result. Like most families, Dirama's relatives were deeply supportive to his widow, offering her comfort and care. According to the police officer's niece, Matapelo, the family even felt sorry for her because just 3 weeks earlier, she had buried her mother, and now she was mourning the death of her husband, who had been killed in a brutal manner. The case was handed over to the Hawks Serious Organized Crime Investigation Unit, with the understanding that perhaps this was related to his job. And of course, it is the murder of a police officer, which is understood as an attack on the state. Therefore, they handed it over to serious organized crime investigations. Investigation quickly took a dark turn. It began with the discovery that there had been witnesses to that murder, and that those witnesses had been approached after the murder and offered a very specific amount of 46,350 for their silence, but they had refused. The two suspects that were initially arrested were Titus Malata, 31, as well as Nostima Bigla, also 31, who were arrested in June and July of 2021, so a few weeks after the murder. However, the plot thickened when the widow of the slain police officer, 44-year-old Tubake Mamsi Maisela, was also arrested and charged with the crime in February of 2022. It was revealed that, according to the eyewitnesses who were there when Dirama was shot and killed, Mamsi was not only one of the 4 individuals that were there and attacked her husband, but she had been the one that fired the 3 shots. In addition, it was also heard in court that Dirama's last words, also according to the eyewitnesses who were standing outside the spaza shop, Dirama's last words were, "My love, are you the one that's killing me?" before Mamsi fired those 3 shots. She was arrested alongside the father of one of her children, whom she was still seeing in secret, 41-year-old Mamraba Jacob Mashiba. It is not clear, though, whether the child that the two had together was a love child while Mamsi was in a relationship with the police officer, or if it was a child from a previous relationship. But nonetheless, the two of them had a child together and were still seeing each other. If you're intrigued by my storytelling, please remember to like this video. This is very helpful to the channel. Also consider subscribing if you have not yet. So Mamsi was arrested at home in Rangwana, while Mashiba was arrested some 150 kilometers away in Ramash. After Mamsi's arrest, the family filed a legal application to prevent her from inheriting her husband's pension fund. Further, they also applied to have the officer's body exhumed in order to perform DNA tests to compare his DNA to the 3 children that were thought to be Dirama's children, because they now had doubt if any of the children were actually Dirama's children. There are no public records, though, on what the court decided in that application. However, it does suggest that the family feared or had suspicions that Dirama may have been killed for his pension fund. What are your thoughts on that? What do you think could have been the motive for this very brutal murder? It was also revealed in court that in addition to trying to bribe the witnesses, the lovers had also sought cleansing from a traditional healer, a ritual that some people believe will remove their guilt or spiritual consequences of the wrongdoing. Further, it was revealed in court that the two had previously tried to poison Dirama. When their plan failed, they chose a more aggressive plan, which was ambushing and shooting him as they did. During the first bail application of Mamsi and her lover at the Sekhukhune Magistrate Court in Nebo, community members protested outside the court opposing the bail. and their bail was subsequently denied. Their trial took place in early 2024 at the Polokwane High Court, where most of these chilling details were actually presented to the court. On the 17th of February of 2024, Mamsi and her lover were found guilty of the crime of murder, the crime of possession of unlawful firearm, and possession of ammunition, and the two were both sentenced to life in prison. There are no publicly available records on the verdict and sentencing of the other two who were recruited for this matter. You know, this story is a sobering reminder that sometimes the greatest threats come not from strangers, but from behind walls of our own homes. What are your thoughts on this tragic case? Please share your thoughts in the comment section, which always generates such interesting debates and perspectives about the amount of criminality in South Africa. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.